What's going on, guys? Corbin from Circa 2020. Now, this is not the video that I wanted to make. As a matter of fact, I have a bolt carrier group video that I'm getting ready to put out. Like it's done, it was ready to be released. I like to give it 4 or 5 days between videos, but I can't release that one. So it's going to be another 4 or 5 days because what I'm about to tell you is superbly more important. For those of you who have an AR-15 and for those of you who have an AR pistol with the stabilizing brace, you need to watch this video. For those of you who don't and don't plan to, you can watch. It's big news. It's probably important for the rest of our 2A rights as well, but this specifically entails AR pistol. Most of you by now, unless you live under a rock, don't have the internet, in which you wouldn't watch this video, or just frankly are oblivious to everything around you, have noticed or have heard that the ATF has come out with a new letter regarding stabilizing braces, the SBA-3 braces such as that. And they are giving a 2-week open forum. It's supposed to be 90 days, but they'll just make their own rules. So 2-week open forum for the public to put in their comments. I urge you to do that if you already, if you're thinking about it, if you already know what I'm going to say, if you've already heard this, please go out and make your comments known. Don't put any profanity in it or they won't use it. And just try to be as respectful as possible. So for the longest time, people didn't understand if they were allowed to shoulder their braces or not shoulder their braces. And the ATF had put out a couple different letters over the years and disclaimers that kind of left it open-ended. So a lot of companies went out and started making braces that were really to shoulder, or comfortable to shoulder, as well as used from a brace standpoint, or maybe weren't really supposed to ever be used as a brace and more as a legal stock for a pistol-length barrel. Cut to the chase, here's where we're at. The ATF's going to do something about it now. We already know that from the letter. And they are, instead of putting it on the manufacturers, which I believe that will do some changes to the way things are manufactured, who's allowed to manufacture and what braces, because there are still, from what I've gathered from all this, I've done a lot of research, there will still be pistol braces. You will still be allowed to use pistol braces, but a couple things real quick, and I'm going to grab something. I'm going to grab this. If you have a magnified optic, it's no longer, it has to be registered as an SBR. It can't be a pistol anymore. If you have a long enough barrel to where it's almost rifle length, if you're shooting a rifle caliber out of it, they're going to say that it is impractical, even with a brace, to shoot this one-handed. It is. So you won't be able to have that as a AR pistol anymore. It will have to be an SBR. If you have a secondary grip, even a hand stop, can't be. You basically have to have a completely featureless short pistol cartridge AR pistol in order to still use a brace and call it an AR pistol. Or what they're so nicely doing is allowing you to register that firearm as an SBR, as a short-barreled rifle. They will expedite it. So you won't have to wait months. You won't even have to wait a month probably. It'll be a 2-week wait. And you won't have to pay the government $200. I hear faint cheers. Wow, it's a free SBR. I can get an SBR for free. I can just put a stock on it and whatever I want, and I can just have a short-barreled rifle. Wrong. Please think past the end of your nose if you were one of those people. Right now, the ATF nor the U.S. government has any clue what is out there because of private sale, private trade, people building their own. Beautiful thing about them. They have no idea how many ARs are out there. They certainly have no idea how many short-barreled ARs are out there because of the fact that you can go out and buy a blank lower, stripped lower, an 80 lower, whatever you want, and build whatever you want. And technically, you could build whatever you want. So what they're doing now is they're going to make possessing a short-barreled rifle, what they deem to be an SBR, without having a proper tax stamp, they are going to deem that a felony. And it will be, I've seen $10,000 fine, 10 years imprisonment is what I've seen. I've seen some other people talking about 5 years and $250,000. I don't think that's true. But either way, in the past, it's been 10 years, 10,000. So they're basically going to overnight make probably hundreds of thousands, if not 1 million people or more, felons, unless they register that and pay, or not pay the tax stamp, but register it. But why would they want you, why would they make this push to register rifles if they're not going to charge you anything for it? Why would they make so much money and so much of a cost for the ATF and for the US government and incur so much labor costs to do all this for free? Because they want to know how many rifles are out there. They want to know how many short-barreled ARs are out there. Why? Because in my belief, the coming administration is going to come after those. We already know they're coming after the 80s. Polymer 80, probably the 80 lowers, everything. They're going to go after that. They're going to go after the AR pistols, and they already said they wanted to go after stabilizing braces. So this is a way for them to not technically outlaw it and not technically take it away right away, but they'll get a great count, and they'll have register of every single person and what rifle they have. Once you register an SBR, you cannot sell it, move with it, anything without letting them know. So what are you going to do if they come to your house to take it? Nothing. You're not going to do anything. You're going to give it to them, and you're going to lose that. So my suggestions, and please, this is very much like a free-willed suggestion box. I would say either just do away with your AR pistols. If you have close to a 16-inch barrel, pin and weld something to make it 16, like I have. If you do want to stick with an AR pistol, make it featureless. Go on. Look at the letter. Weight, caliber, peripheral modifications as far as secondary grips. Magazine capacity is a big deal for that. Just make sure it's within the letter of the law. If you have an AR-9, make sure you have a 20-round Glock mag at the most. Make sure you have no more than a 7 or 9-inch barrel, maybe. And make sure there's no magnified optics, nothing like that. And you probably should use a really name brand, like even a Shockwave, something that's fixed, that the length of pull isn't far, because they're looking at length of pull. They're looking at a lot of things. There's 6 different categories with characteristics and features. You could have 2 AR-9s, and one will be an SBR and one will be a pistol, and in the past they were just both pistols. So I encourage you all to do everything you can to educate yourself moving forward, because they're coming for them, guys. The time has come. We are here. And we knew they wouldn't come beat down our doors and take our guns from us. But they will do it with regulation first, legislation next, and then revolution after that. So, anyways, guys, Corbin from Circa 2020. I hope you found this informative. If you go over to the Guns and Gadget page, I'll try to remember to link it in this description. Go over to the Guns and Gadget page. He has a 25-minute video which goes into a lot more detail. I covered 3, basic broad bullet points of what he's talked about. He was by far the most informative. There's a lot of videos on it. I recommend his. His just reads the letter, shows the script, very much detailed explanation of the ATF letter. Again, it's not regulation right now. There's a 2-week open forum period. It's supposed to be 90 days the way the law is written, but they'll do what they want. So it's supposed to be 2 weeks, or supposed to be 90. It is 2 weeks. Make your opinions known. God forbid they listen to us. They won't. So this is going to end up being the regulation. This is going to end up being how we proceed. So again, use what I have told you to kind of prepare yourself, but please go do your own research, and please make a plan. If you own an AR pistol that has a magnified optic like an LPVO, any kind of magnified optic that is not designed to be, that you have to be down on basically to shoot, they're going to say it's shouldered, it's the SBR. If you have anything in your rifle or your AR pistol that deems it that you could shoulder it, or says that you might be shouldering it, length of barrel, caliber, magazine capacity, weight, length of pull, magnified optics, secondary grips, anything like that, it's an SBR. They're going to want you to register it, and if you register it, they're going to know you have it, and if they want to take it, they're going to take it. That's all I'm saying. Guys, Corbin from Circa 2020. BCG video, maybe I'll put up in 2-3 days, because, this is a quick moving subject, so it doesn't need to be up for real long. Do your own research, stay vigilant, and just like Johnny B says, for those of you who wish to say death to our Second Amendment rights, and therefore every other amendment we have, from our cold dead hands.